Hello my dear students of class 7. In the previous class, we studied about the autotrophic mode of nutrition in plants. The second subheading is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Do you remember? Autotrophic means self-nourishment. The green plants are the autotrophs because they prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Now, what about the non-green plants and the other plants which do not contain chlorophyll? They are heterotrophs, or the mode of nutrition is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Hetero means others and tropos means nourishment. The nourishment that they are getting is from others. So it is termed as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. The very first heading is parasitic mode. Some plants are totally dependent on other plants for their nourishment, for their food. The example is Cuscuta. The example is Cuscuta, Cuscuta. It is a parasite. It is a non-green, yellowish, tender plant which climbs on another plant for its nourishment. It is totally dependent on the host plant for its food. Just like a parasite, a mosquito sits on our skin and sucks the blood. In the same way, this Cuscuta plant climbs on the host plant and sucks its nutrition from the host plant. So this is parasitic mode of nutrition and the example is Cuscuta. Another type of plants are insectivorous plants. These are partially heterotrophs. Partially heterotrophs means for something they are dependent on others, while for the other thing they made their own. Insectivorous plants are such plants which trap and eat or digest the insects, which trap and digest the insects to fulfill their requirement of nitrogen, because they grow in the areas where in the soil is marshy and nitrogen is less in the soil. Such plants are insectivorous plants. They are green in color. They contain chlorophyll, so they are capable of doing the process of photosynthesis. But to fulfill the requirement of nitrogen, they are dependent on insects. They trap and eat the insects for nitrogen. Some of their parts, their body parts, are especially designed to catch or trap the insects. Example is pitcher plant. Example is pitcher, Pitcher, pitcher plant. The leaves of this plant are modified into the shape of a pitcher, into the shape of a pot. When the insects sit on the tip of the pitcher, it falls inside it. There are inward hairs which keep the insect trapped inside the pitcher, and there is a lid, a covering on the tip which closes when the insect slides inside the pitcher. Now this insect is digested by the secretions which are inside that pitcher, and the nitrogen is digested and the waste is again thrown out. The pitcher turns in outwards and the insect flows down. So such example is insectivorous plant. Insectivorous plant is not totally heterotroph. It is partially heterotroph because it is green in color. It prepares its own food by the process of photosynthesis. Only for the requirement of nitrogen, it traps and digests or eats the insects. Another type is saprotrophic. Saprotrophic mode of nutrition. The non-green plants which are dependent on dead and decaying matter, on dead and rotting matter for their food, for their nourishment, are called saprotrophs, and the mode of nutrition is called saprotrophic mode of nutrition. The plants, the non-green plants which are dependent on dead and decaying matter, on dead and rotting matter for their nourishment, for their food, are called saprotrophs. Example is fungi. Fungi, if you keep a bread in a moist place, then after some time it spoils. How does it spoil? You can see white layer on the bread, on the piece of the bread you can see a white layer that is fungi or fungus. Fungi is plural and fungus is singular. F-U-N-G-I, fungi is the plural form and F-U-N-G-U-S, fungus is the singular form. So, example of saprotrophic mode of nutrition is fungi. The bread mold or the fungus that develops on a piece of bread, on the leather shoes. If you keep your leather shoes, leave them in the rainy season open in the contact of air, they also get this covering of fungi. The spores of the fungus are floating in the air. These spores, the spores of this fungus are floating in the air, and when they get something on which they can rest and they can get their nourishment, they still there. They get stuck to that particular piece, whether it is eatable or non-eatable. Bread is eatable part, while leather, you cannot eat the leather, but they get the nourishment by secreting some secretions on that leather also, and they get their nourishment. Have you seen mushroom, umbrella like structures growing near the drains in the moist places? They are also a kind of fungus. Another type is symbiotic mode. The third type is symbiotic mode of nutrition. In symbiotic mode, two plants remain in close contact, in relationship with each other. They remain in close relationship with each other and one provides nourishment and the other provides shelter. One fellow is green and the other is non-green. Green plant provides nourishment by the process of photosynthesis. It makes the food, and the other in return gives it shelter and sucks water and minerals from the soil. So the third type is symbiotic mode of nutrition. Example is lichens. Example is lichens. In lichens, an alga and a fungus live together. Alga is green and fungus is non-green. Alga is the microscopic green plant. It is green in color, it means it is containing chlorophyll. So it is capable of the process of photosynthesis. While the non-green part is fungus, it gives shelter to the alga. So this close relationship is called symbiotic relationship. Let us sum up. Parasitic mode, example is Cuscuta. Insectivorous plant, example is pitcher plant. Saprotrophic mode, example is fungi. Symbiotic mode, the example is lichens, where an alga and a fungus live in close relationship.